Hey everyone, welcome to day 3 of the road to a 600 pound deadlift. Today is August 11th, it's about 8 p.m. and we're headed to Brooklyn again. This time I'm going to go through a pull day. We're either going to go to the Squats and Science in Bushwick or Williamsburg. I think I have access to both, but I might test that out tonight. And because it's a pull day, I'll be doing deadlifts, pull-ups, other accessory back exercises. So let's head to the gym. Okay everyone, I am back from the Squats and Science Strength Gym at Williamsburg. I think I'm going to keep going back to that one. They've got all the strongman equipment there, so I'll be able to mix up my training a little bit. Now today I went through a pull day. I did deadlifts, 140 kg or 309 pounds, and I did pull-ups and chin-ups. So let's talk about the deadlifts first. For grip, let me grab this Swiffer here and I can demonstrate. So I go double overhand, right? Which means both of my hands are in a pronated position. Now, one thing you'll commonly see when people deadlift is they'll go one hand supinated, one hand pronated. And this is a more secure grip than double overhand. So it's easier to lift heavy weight without your grip giving out when you go with a mixed grip or an alternate grip like this. But the problem with pulling with an alternate grip is that your bicep on the supinated hand side is in a more vulnerable or compromised position. There's more bicep strain. So whenever you see someone tear a bicep while deadlifting, it's almost always someone who's pulling with a mixed grip. So double overhand is safer. Now, because it's less secure, your grip is going to give out before your muscles do. So there's a couple of ways to get a more secure grip while still going double overhand. you can, instead of having your thumbs on the outside of your forefingers, you can bring your thumbs in and wrap your forefingers around your thumb. This is a much more secure grip. It's called a hook grip, and it's going to be a bit uncomfortable until you get used to it because your thumb is really pressing up against the barbell and it's going to create some calluses. That said, it's more secure than double overhand with the thumb on the outside. Now, the other way you can get a more secure grip is to use straps, and that's what I was using. Lifting straps, right? Okay, so you put the lifting straps around your wrist, and then you can loop them around the barbell, like so, like this. And you do it for the other hand as well. And now you're strapped in to the barbell. The other issue with the mixed grip, I forgot to mention this one, was that if you got a mixed grip, look, as you pull up, you're gonna do a little bit of a twist because the supinated hand is kind of like going this way and the pronated hand is going this way. So there's a little bit of a twist as you come up, and that's not, it's a minimal thing, but that can create some imbalances and is not great for your spine. So even people who mix grip, you know, they'll switch it up so they're getting the imbalance on both sides to even it out. But like I said, for the bicep reason, I recommend going double overhand. And if you need a more secure grip, hook grip, or you can strap in. In terms of cues to think about, you want to come down, grab the barbell, keep your head in a neutral position, chest up, and then you're going to push with your legs. That's the cue. Push with your legs like a leg press. While keeping your spine totally neutral, the barbell is going to come up, and then you'll extend with your hips. And you're going to keep your chest up and your back neutral the entire time. And importantly, for the neutral spine part, a lot of people will like cock their head up and lift, but you really want your head and your neck to be in line with the rest of your spine. So your head comes up as you lock out. It's also important that hip thrust cue is very key here because that's really where you can generate a lot of your power. I think people who are a bit newer to the deadlift, they'll really just pull the whole thing with their back and they won't really drive with their hips. But using your legs and your hips and your back all together is how you're going to lift the most weight. So push through with your legs, keep your spine neutral, chest up, and then shoot your hips forward. And that's how you deadlift a barbell. Now this is for a conventional deadlift, which is my style, and for most people is the more difficult style in terms of how much weight you can lift. There's also what's called the sumo deadlift, which I'm not going to go over, but instead of having your hands on the outside of your legs, you widen the stance and your hands are on the inside of your thighs. So it's easier for most people because there's less range of motion. If your stance is wider, you're not picking the barbell up as far off the floor. And then the other two exercises I did were just pull-ups and chin-ups. A pull-up, you've got your palms out, you grab the bar, and you pull up. When your palms are out, that's going to target more of your back, traps lat. A chin up is where your palms are facing you, you grab the bar, and you pull up. And a chin up is going to target your biceps. It'll still hit your back, but relative to a pull up, the chin up is gonna focus more on your biceps and less on your back. And that was the workout. Now I also got a question about injury and how we can stay motivated in the face of injury. First thing I think we have to accept is that the body is degenerating over time. That's just a part of the aging process, right? And if you're an athlete, especially, it's not a question of if you'll get injured, but when and how you are able to manage those injuries. It would be, exceptionally rare for someone, especially if you're trying to perform at the highest level you can, it would be exceptionally rare not to encounter some injury over your life. That said, we can manage our injuries and we can take preventative steps to avoid getting injured. I think both of those are important to think about. Now, in terms of prevention, I recommend listening to your body. That really is a huge part of it. If something is hurting you, if there's pain, that's an indicator that something's not quite right. And there's different levels of pain, but pain is a signal and we should listen to pain. And if we're going to push through pain, it's important to know its source and that the things that we are doing are not exacerbating the problem. As a first step, I would take time off, stop doing the thing that you're doing that created the pain, and see if that improves the situation. But if not, seeing a medical professional. Physical therapists in particular are really great at identifying the sources of pain and helping you to strengthen muscles and correct certain imbalances that can ameliorate the issues. I think conservatism with regard to medicine is important, so I think surgery should be a last resort, only after you've exhausted all the other means of trying to address the issue. And if you aren't able to fix the source of the pain, for example, the cartilage in my left knee is starting to wear out because of an anatomical quirk in the way my kneecap is structured, then you have to learn how to live with it. But you can still perform. You can still figure out ways to work around whatever your problem is. So I, at the moment, can't squat really heavy weight without aggravating that knee. But I'm still able to train my legs with lighter loads or do a variation of a leg exercise that doesn't involve as much knee flexion. And that enables us to continue to get stronger and still improve our athletic performance in spite of whatever injury we might have. And I think that's all I wanted to cover tonight. So I'll see you all next time.